Good morning, afternoon, and evening, guys. We are back with another random tier list. Today we are taking that word literally. We're going to do one of the most random and weird tier lists I've ever done. We're going to do a reactions tier list and a controversy tier list, talking about the formerly known as FaZe K, now known as K, very successful, very popular YouTuber and streamer. We're going to talk about some of the controversies that have been surrounding him over the last year or so, and we're going to rank, are they actually a big deal or are they not? Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We have our scale here. So up at the red, this is like the worst, right? Our top rank is The Rock raising his eyebrow. You guys have all seen that. You know, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, his whole eyebrow raised halfway up his head, right? That's like, we're really worried about this, big deal type thing. Down after that, we have sus. So it's not as crazy, but definitely suspicious. Definitely some very, very weird behavior. After that, we have weird. It's kind of going to be our middle ground here. We have whatever. That means I don't really care about it. It means I don't think the thing was a very big deal. And then at the bottom, we have actually cool, dude. So are any of these controversies almost like the opposite of controversial? Are they actually a really cool thing that K did? And if you have heard of these, definitely let me know in the comment section what your opinion is. We'll see what we think. All 23 of us that watch this video. And yeah, we can talk about it. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys as much info as I have and give you the facts as well as I can here. I'm not trying to slander or anything like that. So starting off with the first instance here, this is posted on his youtube.fandom.com/wiki/K page. And the first controversy is his grandpa. This is from a video in 2018 where K posted the video that was entitled, "This 100-year-old man played Fortnite and won." And then he says, like, "my grandpa." So let's just be honest with that. Nobody this age, you know, as a younger person, nobody has a grandpa that's 100 years old. And nobody's 100-year-old grandpa is winning a Fortnite game on his first day. Because in the video, his grandpa comes into the house. It's a little suspicious. Apparently, according to the fandom page I'm reading, fans thought it looked a little like Kay's brother Jarvis dressed up. I don't know, though. I can't speak on that. And the footage shows that the grandfather got a win on his first try. That's a little sus there, a little suspicious there. Is it actually a big deal? I think it's kind of actually whatever. I don't really care about this personally. To me, I would assume that this was meant to be taken as a joke. And if some people really took this as a huge controversy and a huge issue that he should be slandered for, I think that's an overreaction. To me, this one was meant to be a joke because it was so out there that his grandpa would actually come and, you know, play Fortnite and win, right? So this one, in my opinion, was meant to be a joke. Not sure there, but I think it's kind of whatever. Next up, we have the gaming underwater, which is this one right here. So this was again in 2018. It says that another video uploaded, it was actually in the same month. The title of this video was, "This 15-year-old kid won a game of Fortnite underwater in a pool." Now that's a really long title, and I know a thing about long titles. Now this one I think is a little more weird. The 15-year-old kid in question is his brother Jarvis, who does play Fortnite competitively and is very, very good. So the fact that he's winning a game of Fortnite is not the crazy bit. The crazy bit would be that he's doing it underwater, right? And so his controller is working underwater. He is getting enough oxygen. I guess he has a snorkel mask on in that. He can still play. But when you look at the controller he's using, it's very clearly an Xbox 360 controller, which is, well, let me read what it is. It says, "Fans started to notice that the controller Jarvis was holding was a Xbox 360, which was not a supported system for the game." So just based on that, it sounds like this was, again, kind of a joke. I don't think he would have messed that up, you know, accidentally and been like, "Oh crap, I gave him the wrong controller. I was really trying to trick people." I think that this one was also meant to be a joke, but I think it is a little more weird because people know that Jarvis is a really good player. So instead of just saying, "Hey, my brother's gaming in the pool," he says, "This 15-year-old kid," which I don't know. I guess it's a clickbait title, which I know a thing or two about, but I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's a little weird, but not, you know, terrible. Next up, we have the Save the Kids crypto scam, that phrasing used by youtube.fandom.com. So we have this right here. It says, on June 5th, 2021, a few members of from FaZe Clan promoted an altcoins, this is a cryptocurrency, called Save the Kids, which had, quote, a mission to build a better world for kids, and claimed to donate a small portion to charity until on July 1st, FaZe Clan announced on their Twitter that they would be removing K from FaZe Clan. And they also suspended his brother, and also FaZe Nikon, and FaZe Tiquo for their involvement in the cryptocurrency scam. Some other YouTubers were investigated for this. I know FaZe K himself actually went after another YouTuber who I'm assuming gave him maybe some false information of some kind. So he ended up giving a statement about this. And that's all it says. That's all the video says. Or I'm sorry, the fandom page says. Now this I would put up here, but I need more info. So let me pause this. Let me go get more info. I'm going to give you guys the most up-to-date, most accurate tier list that I can here. All right, guys, we're back. For you, that was just a second. For me, it has been actually a couple hours because I've been looking through what happened with the Save the Kids drama. And upon review, I'm taking this and I'm putting it here. And here's my logic for that, is I watched several videos. I also watched FaZe K himself, his video explaining the controversy and giving his statements. He claims that he actually lost money on this and that he was basically promised a lot of things by a close friend who I believe was, it was CoffeeZilla. But he was basically promised things by a close friend, and those did not pan out. So I definitely think this whole thing is a little sus. It did get removed from FaZe entirely, and that will definitely be a mark on his record. So I personally can't say it's weird because I think altcoin scams are very, very dangerous from somebody who knows about the crypto space somewhat. Not an expert by any means, but they can be so dangerous, especially when you have young kids. I mean, kids shouldn't be spending money anyway, like that. They should be investing and knowing what they're doing, but they won't because it's a gaming thing. And if you're a gamer or an influencer that appeals to a younger audience, you have to be so careful with what you're doing. Because it's just going to be so easy. As crypto gets more accessible, it's going to be so easy for people to lose so much money. I remember back when Dogecoin hit it off like a year ago, somebody spent like $20,000 of their parents' money to buy Doge. And I don't think it turned out well for them. And I'm not saying that's the fault of the people in charge of Doge, but it is just something to keep in mind if you are an influencer or whatnot in that space. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this drama in sus. Definitely not as critical of this as I originally kind of thought. The fandom page doesn't really say K's side of it. It just really gives like FaZe Clan's side of it. So that's interesting that the fandom page doesn't really include both sides. So this drama from this past year, 2021, is going in sus. Let's move on. The last two, these are more recent things, and these are things that are more of little controversies, just things that K has been accused of on social media and stuff. The first one is having botted YouTube comments. So if you look in his YouTube comments, and I double-checked this just to make sure. In fact, I took this screenshot just to make sure, I was actually seeing the right thing here. Is if you look in his comments, you can see a lot of the commenters are posting the exact same thing, word for word. And it's like a few different variations of those ones. So if you take a look at his YouTube, I believe the phrases that you see repeated over and over again are K never fails to bring a smile to our faces. That one I keep seeing in here. And then also K always making bangers of videos with Jarvis and Charlotte are always so entertaining. That's the other thing about these bots, is that their grammar is always horrendous. So it's usually pretty easy to tell when it is botted. And, I don't have any proof that K botted himself. I mean, I don't know who else would do it. But somebody with 6 million subscribers, it's just weird to me that they would have botted replies on social media. And I have 350 followers at the time of this recording, so I definitely don't know what success is like on YouTube, so there might be something here I'm missing. But for me, as an outsider looking in, I think that would definitely get me to raise my eyebrow, having those botted comments there. Now, maybe somebody did it just to mess with him. Or maybe it was a fan that's trying to pump up his numbers because they're a super fan and they like him. I don't know. But from what I've seen so far, this is not that big a deal. In fact, the only thing on this list that's honestly that big of a deal in terms of affecting other people is the Save the Kids and maybe our last one. This doesn't hurt anybody, right? But it is something that I don't know what the defense is for. And if you have a defense for it, or if you know the story, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know why I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. When I do these random tier lists, I like to see the other perspectives on it. Finally, here we have the last drama, so to speak. And this screenshot is not, from that drama. This screenshot is just a picture of him and his brother playing Fortnite. But I took this screenshot because what he is accused of here, and I've seen this on social media, is basically K is accused of stealing other people's content, basically taking their clips, their gameplay clips from somewhere. I don't know if he's taking these from YouTube or TikTok or what, but taking their Fortnite clips or their gameplay clips and uploading them during his videos as his own gameplay. So there was one video in specifically where he hands off the controller, and Charlotte takes over, and she's playing, and they're like, "Oh wow, Charlotte, you're so good," and it's like clearly not her playing. In fact, you can see the original player's name up in the corner of the screen. So, does that hurt anybody? I mean, yes and no. I mean, that original player, especially if he's a smaller streamer or influencer than K, who K has 6 million, so I'm assuming so. They could probably use a shout out or something, right? I mean, not everything in K's videos are serious. I mean, obviously not. We talked about these two, right? The underwater and the grandpa videos. So if it's a joke and it's like, oh yeah, obviously that wasn't us, we were just kidding, then why not just credit that influencer and say that, hey, like, they had some real good gameplay, we used it for the clip, check them out. That doesn't hurt you to do. So I think it's very interesting that he didn't do that, and that definitely makes me raise my eyebrow here. And there you have it, guys. That is the FaZe K drama, or the formerly known as FaZe K, now just K on YouTube and all that. This is the drama or controversy, so to speak. It turns out, at least according to my opinion, not all of these were as big a deal as originally made out to be, but definitely a couple things here that made me raise my eyebrow at K a bit. Not that me with 350 subscribers really matters for that, but hey, that's my opinion, and that's all this channel is about anyway. So if you guys like random tier lists, if you enjoyed any bit of this, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more tier lists like this. And with all that said, guys, this has been the guy who makes random tier lists, and I'm signing out.